This, I'm glad that this still fits because we're gonna be talking about something really great. What it is, optimists, and welcome back to Optimistic Forever. I am your host, Frank, where we talk about movies and TV shows, and today we're gonna be talking about the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So right before I talk about this movie, I will have to issue spoiler warning because it is that good. So the movie Super Mario Bros. Follows the story of Mario and Luigi. And the movie introduces basically two universes. There's the reality one, supposedly, where Mario and Luigi are from, and then you have the Mushroom Kingdom in an alternate dimension. Alright, so far we're doing good as far as the writing, right? And if you're familiar with Super Mario Bros. Video game, of course, the story and the adventure entails Mario in the Mushroom Kingdom, alongside with Princess Peach, with Toad, going up against none other than Bowser. And as we all know, Bowser's intention is to not only overtake the Mushroom Kingdom, but to actually marry Peach. I mean, come on. For us gamers who have played Super Mario Bros. Throughout the ages, we always knew that Bowser did have a thing for Peach, so it's basically been confirmed even in the recent Mario game, Mario Odyssey. But anyways, here's what I have to say about the movie. Yes! 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 100% yes! Let me be the first to say that whether or not you have played the Mario games, whether or not you're a die-hard Nintendo fan, or if you're not a Nintendo fan at all, still, this movie, you will just have so much fun. I mean, a lot of the things that I noticed in this movie as Mario was in the Mushroom Kingdom, well, even prior to that, were just the awesome, intricate Easter eggs that you find. And these Easter eggs mostly entail like other Nintendo titles, like classic games. Let's see, there was Punch-Out, there was Game & Watch, there was a Game & Watch figure in one of the trucks in the city, New York City, for what we could tell. There was also Balloon Fight. There was a scene where Mario was playing on his NES and he was playing Kid Icarus, and I was just over the moon. With all these Easter eggs, I'm like, I never geeked out so hard, ever, in a movie like this. There's this character, Spike, at the beginning, who was introduced in the beginning of the movie, who has a cap and seems to work for a construction company called Wrecking Crew, which is obviously a classic game on the NES. So the characters that we are obviously introduced to, besides the main characters from the games like Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad, and Bowser, of course, we also get the enemies there, like the Goombas, the Koopas, the Bullet Bills, the Piranha Plants, and the Red Spike Shells. I forgot their actual name. And we obviously can't forget Donkey Kong and the rest of the Kong family, like Diddy Kong was there and Dixie Kong was there too. And of course, it cannot be a Mario Brothers movie without a great and wonderful, awesome reference to Mario Kart. And just bringing up Mario Kart also brings up the visuals and how it was created. Like, it was all created heavily reflecting the 3D model of the 3D video games. One of my favorite callbacks that I would say is the scene when they first landed in the Mushroom Kingdom and Luigi landed in, I guess, like the Dark Realm or the Dark World. And I'm just super glad that they've given Luigi that moment because it is a direct reference to Luigi's mansion. I mean, Luigi just, you know, shaking in fear with his flashlight, and I thought for sure there was gonna be a vacuum that would show up somewhere in there, because if that would have happened, I would have lost my There was another scene too after Mario meets Peach where Peach takes Mario to this spot in a floating platform where it sets up into like a whole bunch of floating blocks and smaller platforms, basically like a training spot. I mean, that scene represented all of us, like all the players who have played Super Mario Brothers and know the agony and the torment of like getting through a level and all you do is just constantly fall and then you just start back up again until you actually get to the end. And I thought like, yeah, this was us. Like, I've lived that experience. Now I gotta say, Jack Black voicing Bowser was just tremendous and it was just awesome, and I love how he brought the rage and the aggression and just the ruthlessness that Bowser brings. I mean, just as Bowser displays in the video game as well. I honestly do believe that every actors who voiced the characters, I mean, Chris Pratt voicing Mario was awesome, as well as Charlie Day as Luigi, and they both really brought that Italian accent to it. I mean, both Mario and Luigi are Italian. Just with that like Italian New York kind of accent just settled in pretty well for me, and I was like there for it. And even more so the fact that Charles Martinet, who is the OG voice actor and voices Mario in the video game, also voices here in the movie, and he voices their dad. Yep, that was him. I mean, really, there's just so much to say about this movie. I mean, it's goofy, it's thrilling, and you know, there's, like I said, so many geeky moments too, just as far as the Easter eggs, the racing, and Mario's battle against Donkey Kong. It had a little bit of like Smash Brothers to it, which was awesome to see. And the music, like the soundtrack, all of it that were featured in previous Mario games have been just beautifully orchestrated and cinematized in this movie, and it's just phenomenal. Really, I really can't say anything like really negative about this movie. And just to reiterate of what I said in the beginning, whether or not you're a Nintendo fan or not, this movie is absolutely for you, and I highly recommend it. I mean, regardless of ages too, like when I was there at the theater, like the majority of everybody, including myself, like we were all middle to older teenagers and adults, and I would say like, you know, 2 or 3 kids, maybe, you know, a small number of families there, but yeah, the majority of the audience, like all of us were grown-up-ish. So that's all I have to say about, I was want to say Smash Brothers. That's all I have to say about Super Mario Brothers. It just got released today, so go watch it. And until next time, we'll talk more movies and or TV shows. So stay safe and keep watching, keep chilling.